Hey guys, it's your boy Derpy coming at you with another video about Blizzard's report system. I made a video on the same subject a while ago and I got some decent attention, but since then more cases have arisen from players that aren't just me. If you didn't watch my original video, my claim is that Overwatch 2's punishment system is completely automated based on the number of reports an account receives. If a player plays 1,000 games a season and gets tilted in 20% of them and says something to their teammates about their gameplay, they have a higher chance of being banned than someone who only plays 10 games a season and spams the N-word in each game. To make things worse, when you appeal your automated ban, you get an automated response every single time. You have to reopen your ticket and ask for chat logs several times before actually receiving anything from someone that works at Blizzard. Even then, there's a less than 1% chance your account is actually getting unbanned, even if the logs they send you do not justify your punishment whatsoever. The video I made 10 months ago stemmed from my account getting banned for a month. Since then, the account has gotten permanently banned twice. These were the logs for my first permanent ban, where you can see I'm saying WTF and FW, which was insane. I mean, the previous time I got banned for profanity, which is what the last video covered, but I mean, this time around, I didn't even use profane language. I said WTF and FW. And I remember the time I said FW, I was typing to one of my friends. I said, do you FW my skin? Like, do you mess with my skin is what I was saying. And then saying WTF, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody watching this video and everybody that's played Overwatch has typed WTF in the match chat. So, if we're going to punish people for saying that, then I think everybody should be banned. But yeah, so these were the logs that I received, and upon receiving those logs, I decided to take it to Twitter, because Twitter seems to be the only way to get your account unbanned. The person that looked at my appeal here decided that those logs justified my punishment, which is insane, and he decided not to unban me. He said the penalty has been upheld, any further requests on this topic will not be reviewed. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I got banned for saying FW and WTF, which, for all you know, I could be saying what the freak. That's what I could be meaning when I type that. So yeah, I took that to Twitter. It got some decent attention there. I got some like 2,000 likes on the post, and eventually they unbanned me because I took it to Twitter, which shouldn't be the case. You should be able to get unbanned by the game master that looked at your ticket. You know, it's their job to kind of review these situations and decide if you should be unbanned or not. And obviously the game master looking at my ticket has no idea what he's doing, so I had to take it to Twitter and get unbanned. And this will only really happen, by the way, if you have a decent Twitter following, right? So I have about 5,000 followers on Twitter. I probably had about 2,000, 3,000 at the time that I posted these logs, but that's enough to where enough people will see the post. They'll be flabbergasted by the information, and they'll spread the word to their friends. They'll like it, they'll repost it, it will get a bunch of attention, and that's how you get unbanned. If I had no following at all, there's zero chance this punishment would have gotten overturned, and my account that I've had for 9 years of my life would have been gone forever because of me using abbreviations that could maybe involve profanity. I mean, that's insane. It's just unreal that the people checking these appeals use these logs to justify the punishment, and there's a 0% chance that this wasn't automated. If this ban was reviewed and somebody looked at my logs and then decided to punish me, that it just couldn't be happening. This is automated. The system is automated. They don't know what they're doing. I think the game master might be a robot as well, even though he provided me with some logs. But yeah, I mean, this could be any of you guys, and there's a bunch of cases that I'll get into later that are very similar to this, except the guy doesn't have 3,000 followers on Twitter, so they're still going to be permanently banned. Nothing you can do about it. And yeah, so I got my account back, and about 6 months later, I got permanently banned again for abusive chat, and I'll put the logs once again on the screen that they gave me for this permanent ban. So yeah, here's what they said. They said, a game master resolved your ticket and left the following response. Hello Mason, I see that you are reaching us to appeal an account penalty. After doing a manual review to your account, I can confirm that your Overwatch account is closed permanently due to a breach of our policies for the repetitive use of toxic language and spamming. Here are some examples which may be the reason to your account's penalty. So then the game master attaches 4 of the same logs of me just spamming over and over, how do you lose, how do you lose, how do you lose, in 4 messages in a row. So it seems like you know, I got, maybe, I forgot what the situation was here. I forgot why I did this. Maybe I was typing at some of my teammates asking how we lost the game. Maybe I was typing in match chat asking how the enemy team lost, and I kept spamming it. Regardless, I don't think that justifies a permanent account closure for spamming. When the game has systems in place to prevent spamming, you can only type 4 messages in a row without being limited for 20 seconds, being able to type another message. So yeah, so there's spamming, and then I said shut up. I guess we're in kindergarten. The last time I got punished for saying shut up was actually in kindergarten, maybe in daycare. I don't know. I haven't been punished for saying shut up in the last 15 years of my life. So that's pretty insane there, considering this is a 13 plus rated game, mature game, whatever, rated teen, whatever. You should be fine with saying shut up. And then the next log is me saying you're so bad at Doom. Okay, so I play tank, so there's no way possible that this was directed towards one of my teammates. It was more like kind of banter towards one of my opponents. And I again forgot the context. I play the game at a high rank, which is, you know, Grandmaster Champion level, top 500, whatever, right? So there's a chance I could be typing to one of my friends. I could be typing to Cardi Fan, probably the best Doomfist on the game, saying you're so bad at Doom. Who knows? There's no context when you're just providing me with a log, so you can't see the context. I mean, you kind of can because you have the other logs, but I could be typing at somebody good at Doom, and I could just be being sarcastic or trolling them, you know? And who knows if I actually got reported for this. I just got reported enough times to get banned, and these are the logs that the Blizzard admin picked out. It's not why I was actually banned, it's not why I was reported. These are the logs they picked out. They looked at my logs and they said, these are the worst things you said, and so far it's these. And even if I was being mean to the enemy Doomfist, I said you were so bad at Doom. Are you kidding me? I mean, if somebody told me I'm so bad at Ryan or I'm so bad at whatever, I'm not gonna report them, right? They're just bantering. Maybe it's a bit annoying. Maybe it's gonna hurt my feelings. Did they need their account closed? No. I see people log on the game every day and say really weird comments. In fact, I'll attach one right here about some guy that logs onto an account named Derpy88 and impersonates me. It's not actually me on the account and says really weird stuff, and I still see that guy play the game. He's on every day, but I'll get punished for saying you're so bad at Doom, right? Whatever. And then the last thing they left on my appeal was me saying you're trash, which is kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same context as you're so bad at Doom. It could be serious, it could be not serious. Either way, you've got to be kidding me. Saying you're trash can get your account permanently banned on Overwatch when you've had it for 9 years. I mean, there's a Blizzard admin that justified my account. They picked through my logs, they found the worst things they could find, and it was these 4 things. These are the worst things they could find in my logs just to find account closure. Spamming the chat and a couple of messages directed towards how somebody played the game. Those are enough to get your account closed. And not to mention the game has infinite ways. I've already kind of talked about this, but there are infinite ways for someone who doesn't want to see these things not see them. We have spam prevention, right? You can type 4 messages and then suddenly you can't type for 20 seconds. We have a chat filter, right? If you don't want to see profanity, you can turn on the chat filter. You can't see profanity in the game. And then we have mute and block functionality, which literally prevents you from seeing any message from a person at all, no matter what they're saying, if that's what you'd like to do, right? And then we have the ability to completely hide the team chat and the match chat. If you just can't take it from anybody, you're having a bad day, you don't want to get typed at, you don't want to get rage baited, you're going to hide the team chat, hide the match chat, right? Those are also ways that you can prevent seeing any message that you don't want to see. And then you have the ability to also stay out of VC, right? So if somebody tilted on your team, or maybe multiple people are tilted and they're saying stuff and you don't want to be in there, you can just leave the VC. I mean, these are more than enough measures for somebody to just combat abusive chat by themselves. We shouldn't have our account closed for this, right? I mean, I'm not saying that we should just log on every game and be an asshole to our teammates, prevent my, forgive me for my use of language there, but I'm not trying to justify logging on and being toxic and just flaming somebody every game and, you know, bullying somebody and, you know, even going to the extent of slurring someone or or telling them to harm themselves or kill themselves, stuff that I've never done. I've never done those last 3 things that I just stated. That would be disgusting, and I'm not trying to justify that at all. But if that is the case, you can just stop it right then and there, right? It's 2025, a lot of built-in functionality to prevent yourself from hearing those things or seeing those things. So yeah, I definitely agree you can take it too far, but anything gameplay related should be fair game, right? There's a difference between somebody spamming slurs and then me typing at my 6 and 12 Ana saying, do you even play Ana? Or even saying, you are bad at Ana. I mean, like, yeah, I might hurt his feelings, but it's a competitive game. I mean, it's a competitive game, and maybe, like, yeah, like, you should be allowed to talk about the game when you're on the game, and the game is rated T for teen. Whatever, anyways, imagine a situation where, remember, I play tank, and I have a Mercy Lifeweaver backline, and I'm asking them to swap their heroes, because it's hard to play tank with Mercy Lifeweaver. I don't really get much support, I can't really push. It's just not a very fun experience. If anyone were to get punished in this interaction, it should be my backline for loading into a competitive game without a serious drive to win, not the guy who requests his supports to play something that they can actually win the game on. Being asked to swap may not be the most pleasant thing to hear when playing the game, but it should be expected that anyone who queues up for a competitive match will try their best to win, and that some players will take losing differently than others. That's how a competitive system should work. If we were to keep punishments consistent and ban every player who has used profanity or flamed a teammate, again, everybody would be banned. There wouldn't be people on the game. There are millions of people on the game right now that have flamed a teammate or put profanity in the match chat or the team chat, whatever, and they're still in the game. It's just not consistent. And again, I would like to reiterate the fact that I play a lot of games. Like, I'm a content creator, you know, I'm a competitive player, I play on different teams, so I'm on the game a lot. I'll play a lot of ranked games. So let's say I play 1,000 games a season, and I get reported in 10% of them. That's 100 reports versus someone who goes into the VC and screams slurs in 10 games a season. Assuming all of the other players on the person's team report them every time, that's 40 reports for screaming slurs in the mic. 40 reports versus 100 reports means that I have a higher chance of being banned just because I play the game more, because again, there are not real humans that look into the reports, look into the logs, until the account is punished, which is a very big problem. So let's take a look at some cases that aren't mine to really dive into what Blizzard considers bannable. So the first thing that I would like to bring up here is the Harblue case, which happened a few days ago at the moment of me recording this video, where he just got banned for cheating. And I'll put the tweet up on the screen here. Harblue is queuing on a burner account, an alt account, off stream, and he just got banned for cheating. I mean, I think it's pretty fair to say that Harblue is somebody who streams the game all the time, his own PoE. He's not cheating, right? Do you think there was a game master that looked into this and actually said, you know what, he's got to be cheating? They looked at the replay codes, they looked at whatever, and they said, yeah, he's cheating, let's get him out of here. No, he just somehow got reported enough times, which is funny. I don't even know how Harblue got reported for cheating this many times, but he did. In the game, he got banned, right? But he goes on Twitter, he posts about it, and the same night, he posts that he got unbanned, which is, again, it's another case of where he has 33,000 followers on Twitter, he posts that he got banned, everybody freaks out because he didn't deserve to get banned, and then he gets unbanned. If Harblue had 500 followers on Twitter, 100 followers, 5 followers, didn't have Twitter, he'd probably still be banned. That's the worst part. I mean, Harblue doesn't cheat, he would probably still be banned, or it would take him a lot longer to get unbanned when the person shouldn't have gotten banned in the first place. So yeah, that's the Harblue thing that I would like to mention. Just kind of another case of the admins not really knowing what they're doing, and then Twitter being the only way out of a punishment. The next case I would like to look at is somebody named Emo97. Forgive me if I pronounced the name wrong there, but he posted on Twitter about how he got banned for abusive chat, and here's what his tweet says. Hey everyone, just a heads up, my account got banned in competitive play due to accumulated reports, not because of any major offense. In ranked, it's normal to ask for swaps or to chat about gameplay. I never expected this to affect my OWCS journey. Thanks for the support. And for those that don't know, this is a competitive player in the OWCS. He's on one of the best teams in the European region. and his team had to play a support player on tank in the top 8 bracket because he got banned. And according to him, again, he could be wrong. Maybe he said something far worse, but I highly doubt it. Maybe he did, though. Who knows? But he said it wasn't any major offense. It was accumulated reports, and he just asked for swaps and chatted about gameplay. And maybe it was some harsh chatting about gameplay, but either way, he's totally right. If he's keeping the messages in the context of the game at all, and asking for swaps, that's normal. It's a competitive game. You're trying to win in ranked. If this is quick play, if this is arcade, maybe I can see it. But this is a competitive player, guys. This is somebody that wants to log on to the game and win. And that's what everybody should have the mindset of when you queue in a ranked. But, yeah, the accumulated reports got him. Again, another problem. It's just automated. He got enough reports, and he got banned. And this is a really bad case because it affects the OWCS. It affects a competitive tournament. And I'm sure the teams that play against his team, the teams that are going against a support player on tank, they're not happy to win that match. I mean, it harms his team, and it harms the teams playing against him. Because it just ruins the competitive integrity of the tournament, all because of an automated report system. And it's happened numerous times. When I got banned a year ago, I wasn't able to compete in collegiate, and I got banned for profanity. That's what PJ told me, I guess. So yeah, I couldn't play in collegiate for a month when playoffs were going on. There were a lot of important tournaments. I tried contacting the collegiate people. They said as long as Blizzard keeps you banned, we can't have you play. Sorry. And that's just how it is. They're not going to let him play unless his account gets unbanned. So yeah, best of luck to him. I hope his account gets unbanned if it hasn't already. But yeah, that's heartbreaking, and that's insane. So yeah, I would like to dive into another case which was sent to me from one of my chatters. I'll put the logs here on the screen. So a game master applies to his appeal, and he says, I understand that you have received a suspension penalty in Overwatch 2 and would like to appeal it. After verifying your case, blah blah blah, he says below you can see a transcript of some of the messages that you left in the chat that are against the rules. The first of which says, you're dumb. You dumb question mark. It doesn't, I don't need to explain why that doesn't justify a ban, right? The next one is UFKN knob. So he doesn't even type the word out. I mean, yeah, you can kind of infer that that means fucking, right? Like, you can kind of infer the word he's saying there. But, like, again, are we playing Club Penguin? Are we playing Toontown? Are we on Wizard 101? Or are we on Overwatch, a game rated T for teen, a game that has curse words in the game, like, implemented into the game? Through voice lines, through skins, through whatever. There are abbreviations, there are curse words. I mean, AUFKN knob. He doesn't even like it's 7 letters. There's no actual word there in that log. That's justifying for a ban. I don't know if this is a permanent ban. I don't know if this is temporary. But either way, I mean, this is insane. And the next thing, looking for an e-boy to pocket. I mean, I don't even know how that goes in the logs. I mean, like, I'm not really about that stuff, you know, looking for an e-boy to pocket. Like, that's not really my type of flow. But, like, we're gonna ban him for that? I mean, I think that's the most, I think that justifies the ban the most, right? Out of the 3 logs. If I were to look at one and say, yeah, let's ban him, it would be the last one, looking for an e-boy to pocket. But, like, in all seriousness, this justifies, like, the game master looked at these 3 logs and said, yep, we're gonna keep you banned, keep you muted, whatever it is. Like really? Like, it's insane. It's just insane to me that those logs are enough to get somebody banned, somebody muted, whatever. Alright, moving on to my next chatter. Somebody that sent me some logs here. We can look at this appeal as well. This is a different person than last time. Yeah. So we'll just skip the fluff part of the message, get to the logs. Stop dying, fucking bum. You are 11-7, your duo. Team issue, team gap, dead again. Blah blah blah. Just live, lol. Why the fuck would you go on a go Lucius here's like, and then at the end he says have a good day. I don't know why that log's included, but we can see this player is a bit more aggressive, right? He's a bit more like aggressive towards his teammates than the last guy might have been, you know. But still, I mean, you're playing ranked, you're going to get tilted, It's gonna happen. The game should expect that. Like, you shouldn't have a game with millions of players and expect all of them to just be rainbows and sunshine every competitive game they play. I mean, you're gonna get some guys that want to log on and win and then flame their teammates when they lose. Again, I'm not justifying that, saying that everybody should be like that, but it's just gonna happen. And how are you gonna justify banning people for that? Well, that's probably half of your community. Who knows? Who knows how many people are in the game doing this, but there's a bunch of them. So good luck getting rid of all of them. And, like, they're just gonna make new accounts and you ban them for this stuff. This is just unbelievable. I mean, we can see some profanity, we can see he's, like, obviously flaming some people. But still, it's a competitive game. That should be allowed, right? That should, like, if you're getting flamed by this guy and you don't want to see it, go ahead and mute him. And this isn't something that's going to keep you up at night, something you're going to be crying over, something you're going to see and be flabbergasted. Like, I mean, if it is, you should be logging off the game, right? You should be banned, not somebody that types this stuff. It's just insane that in a competitive game, you're not allowed to take the game seriously. Like, you might as well load into a ranked game. Just go Roadhog, Lifeweaver, Mercy, Moira, whatever you want. Smile on your face, have a great day. That's totally fine by the Blizzard team. We're totally fine with you trolling the game every time you queue up. That's fine by me. In fact, here, you'll be level 5 endorsement and get flown out to the Content Creator Summit. That's totally fine with us if you want to do that. Oh, but the guy that logs on to the guy that logs on to the competitive game with the hopes to win, trying to get high rank, being a bit aggressive, requesting swaps, get him out of here. Get him out of here immediately. We don't want those guys in our competitive scene. I mean, that's just insane. That's just insane, right? So you get banned for stuff like this. They give you the logs. The game master. So, like, here's what happens, right? I've seen it numerous times. You'll get banned, you'll put in the appeal, you'll get like 5 automated responses, you have to keep reopening the ticket. Finally, you get a game master response, like the ones that I've shown you. They'll never unban you. The game master will never be like, you know what, we made the wrong decision, we're gonna unban you. They're always going to give you logs. It doesn't matter how bad they are, if they're actually, you know, offensive or not. They'll give you logs and say the decision is justified. They're not going to take any further, like, there will be no further review. You're banned. Like, they're going to say that every time. So then you got to go on Twitter. You got to hope enough people see it. And then you have to hope the right person sees it, the person that can unban you. And then hope you get unbanned. Which is, it's just a it's very unlikely. There's like a less than 1% chance if your account gets permanently closed that you'll get back onto it. Which is what I'm trying to solve with this video. I'm hoping somebody's watching this and they realize how flawed the system is. Because this is insane. There are millions of people losing their accounts, maybe not millions, but a lot, because of stuff like this. And yeah, sometimes you take it to Twitter and you get a bad response. You get some response that just doesn't justify your ban at all. I'll show one more instance from a guy that took their case to Twitter recently and got a response from the PJ, the Blizzard CS guy, the guy that should probably be fired for other reasons, but anyways. PJ replies to this guy's case and says, "Not sure where you got advertisement from. What I'm seeing here is profanity." So basically this guy went on Twitter, said he got banned for advertising because he got an automated log. And the automated stuff says advertising, so he thinks he got banned for advertisement, but he didn't. According to PJ, he got banned for profanity. And I just don't get that type of stuff. Again, if profanity gets you banned, everybody should be gone from the game. If PJ were to give specific logs, maybe show this guy being racist, sexist, homophobic, telling somebody to kill themselves, stuff like that, while using profanity at the same time, then yeah, okay, bro, let's keep this guy banned. That's totally fine with me. I think that would be justifiable. But PJ just goes on here and says profanity. I mean, for all we know, the worst thing he could have said is, yo, what the fuck am I doing? You know, flaming himself. But that includes profanity. Right? So, that's insane. Again, very unlikely you're going to be unbanned. If you do get banned. Yeah, with the addition of perks into the game alongside the promises of hero bans and map voting, I genuinely think Overwatch is moving into the right direction. But there are still a lot of players that don't trust the company because of the evidence displayed to justify someone's ban. Last April when I got banned, Moist Critical covered the punishment, and the video got over 2 million views on YouTube. over 2 million people are now concerned that their Overwatch account could get punished at any moment for something as small as profanity or requesting a teammate to change their playstyle. I mean, that's a bunch of people that might not log on to the game because of that. I mean, why would you? Why would you want to lose your account if you know, something accidentally slips? Or you don't even have to use profanity as seen by some of these logs. You just get banned for typing. I mean, why do you want to play that game? Right? So, anyways, let's kind of dive in to how Overwatch can fix this problem. I think it starts with a statement about how reports are handled. They have been completely silent about anything report related other than some updates here and there on their defense matrix system, which seems to get more strict every time they talk about it. Nothing has been said about how reports are handled, how punishments are given out, and who's behind all of the decisions made in these departments. All we know is that if you get punished, you won't get unbanned unless you're a content creator or player with a large following. Even if they aren't going to change anything, it would be nice to hear something from them to clarify the situation, because as of right now, the system is very inconsistent, very unfair, automated, and unprioritized. We should expect something better out of a multi-billion-dollar company. Players everywhere are losing their account access for nothing, and those players could have spent up to thousands of dollars in the shop or for other reasons related to the game. I'm also under the belief that accounts should never be permanently banned for abusive chat, and at most permanently muted. If an account gets banned for abusive chat, it's very likely the player isn't going to just stop playing the game. They're probably going to go on a different account and continue to behave the same way to their teammates. If we permanently mute players who violate chat rules, the player can still play on the account, but won't be able to communicate and won't be able to be toxic to their teammates. A permanent mute would solve the problem if the only thing the user is doing that violates the rules is related to abusive chat. So, to recap the whole video, guys, again, you get a lot of reports in your account. Doesn't matter if you've said anything bad, it's banned because the report system is automated. You try to appeal the report, you get 5 automated replies from a robot until you get a game master that's going to deny your unban request. I've never seen somebody get unbanned by the Blizzard game master that replies to their ticket ever in my life. I'll show another log that I just thought of actually on the screen. Somebody typed dumpster. They didn't even spell it right. They were referencing another player's name. There's a player named DumpsterOW. They were talking to him, and that's the only log the game master included. I mean, how do you think anybody could get unbanned for abusive chat? There's no case in which the game master is going to unban you. So yeah, you get denied by the game master, and then you go on Twitter, and hopefully you have 5 million, billion, trillion followers, or else it's not going to do anything. But if you do, maybe you'll get attention from the right person. Then maybe they'll look at your logs, and then maybe they'll decide that you should be unbanned, and then maybe you'll get unbanned. That is the only way that it seems to get unbanned when your account's closed. And the whole point of this video is not to just come on here and rant and just kind of, you know, list off things that I've seen and degrade the whole team. I like the direction that Overwatch is going. Again, I've already said that. And I want to see them make changes to the report system, because I think this is completely unfair. So I hope this video reaches the right people, and they keep an open mind, and, you know, maybe say something, or reach out. Or I would love to get in contact with anybody that could kind of explain the system better than my current understanding. But yeah, so, you know, hopefully everybody watching this video has a great rest of your day. Remember, if you log on and play Overwatch, be careful about what you type if you want to type anything at all, because they'll just throw anything in your logs if you get banned. So yeah, just be careful out there. Stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.